All right, welcome to Restore Workout 2. We're going to start with our mobility. So I want you to come down on your hands and knees, similar to Restore Workout 1. You're going to work on your cat-cows, choosing the breath pattern that feels the best for you. So chin down, tailbone down as you inhale, chin up, tailbone up, drop the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades gently together as you exhale. Again, you could flip your breath. So you could go into cat while you exhale, and then cow when you inhale, whichever one feels the most natural. I want you to go ahead and try between 5 and 10 of these. Then pause the workout and come back, and we'll get started on our next phase of our warm-up. All right, for the next phase of our warm-up, we're going to do our core connection. We're going to start with bear planks. So on your hands and knees, we're going to start with our inhale into your ribs. As you exhale, practice that hollow belly. I always like to just start with 1 or 2 breaths where we inhale, letting our belly relax, and then exhale, we practice that hollow where you draw the belly in and up to your heart. Then today we're progressing into our bear plank. So we're inhaling and we're going to exhale, draw the belly up and lift the knees just a couple inches. As you inhale, you're going to lower and you're going to repeat 5 of these. I want you to make sure that you're keeping that glass of water balancing on your tailbone, okay, and your lower back from spilling. So we really don't want to arch or tuck too much when you go and try these bear planks. Once you've done 5 of those, we're going to do our bridges. So again, laying on our backs, okay, we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. I want you to inhale before you go, then exhale, squeeze your glutes, lifting those hips straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower down. Again, the glutes is the main muscle working here. We should not have a lot of pressure. Okay, our belly should be pretty relaxed because it's our glutes that's doing the most work in this particular bridge. All right, so you're going to go ahead and do 5 of those. Then you're going to come back to tall kneeling position. Keep your toes tucked if that feels okay. If you need to untuck them, that's fine too. We're starting with our ribs right over our hips. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. We're going to exhale, draw that belly in and up. So you can start with 1 or 2 core connection breaths here. Then you're going to exhale, draw the belly in and lean back. Inhale as you come back. Now the key is to draw that belly in and up. Think about zipping up and only going as far back as you can, keeping your body in nice alignment. So I don't want you to arch, okay, or round. We're just leaning back, drawing that belly in and up, and then returning to that tall kneel position. So you're gonna do 5 of those. So go ahead and pause the workout. When you're done that, come back and we'll get started on the next phase. All right, for the strength portion of this workout, we're gonna start with our bent over row. So we're working this upper back because with moms, we tend to be holding and feeding babies so much. These muscles in our upper back get stretched out, so it feels really good to work on that strength there. So same leg and hand resting on a bench or an ottoman or a chair, letting that weight hang down. You're gonna take a nice big breath, inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna pull and squeeze your shoulder blade as you lift the weight. Inhale, I want you to relax, okay? So you're gonna focus on squeezing your shoulder blade and exhaling as you pull. You're gonna complete 8 of those. Then we're going to do a kneeling squat. So the kneeling squat, we start in our kneeling position here, and we're gonna focus on moving through our hips without arching or rounding our backs. You can tuck your toes under, or if you want a little bit more range of motion, you're gonna relax them and bring your bum all the way down to your heels. So inhale first, then exhale. You can move through that full range of motion. Again, we're thinking about hinging from the hips and coming back up to tall kneeling position, okay? Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. That's your dynamic breath. Or exhale through that full range, whichever one feels best for your pelvic floor without any pain, pressure, or heaviness. If you feel ready to add a weight to this movement, you can absolutely do so and hold it in a goblet position. Same thing, inhale down, exhale up, or exhaling through that full range, whichever one feels best. Okay, once you complete 8 of those, we are going to work on our Romanian deadlift. So the Romanian deadlift is a really important movement. It's the hinge portion, which anytime you're lifting, you're gonna wanna practice this. So arms are gonna be holding a weight just in front of you. Your knees are slightly bent. Okay, I don't want them locked. I want you to soften them. You're gonna pretend you're shutting a car door with your bum. So without arching or rounding your back, you're gonna stick your bum back. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you pull up. Inhale, just going down to about knee, and then return. So I don't want you to go too far down because that can really be when we start to round and lose our posture and put a lot of strain on our lower backs. And I want you to monitor for any pain, pressure, or heaviness in your pelvic floor. So again, inhale and exhale, or as always, exhaling through the full range, depending on what feels best for your pelvic floor. Go ahead and pause this, do 3 sets of 8 of these 3 exercises, then come back. All right, next tricep that we're gonna do for this workout, we're gonna do some shoulder press. Now, I like to start with a seated shoulder press to just make sure our pelvic floor feels good while we're pressing overhead. And even though this seems like an upper body exercise, I really want you to monitor your pelvic floor for any pain or pressure that you might feel. So sitting down, keeping your back and ribs over hips position so we're not arching. Okay, you're gonna raise the weights to about shoulder height. Inhale into that rib cage, exhale, press overhead, and then inhale as you lower, okay? I like to really think about that pressure management. So remember our core canister. Inhale, exhale, press, inhale, lower it down. If you feel like you want to take this to a standing, you absolutely can. Key is with this one is to keep your knees soft and make sure you're not arching your back so you're maintaining that alignment. Inhale into your ribs, exhale, press, and inhale, lower. All right? You're going to do 10 of those. Then we're going to do a goblet squat. So holding the weight, goblet refers to holding that weight in front of our chest. Okay? We are going to work on loading our squat. So we've already worked on our body weight squat. You're going to inhale down and exhale up. Okay? Showing from the side. Using a bench, if you have it, is a great option just to work on your depth. Inhaling as you lower, exhaling, coming back up. If you feel like since you've added a weight, maybe that squat doesn't feel as good, this is where you use your breath differently. We inhale first and we exhale through that full range of motion. So you can totally use a different breath strategy once you add a weight. You just want to monitor for any pain, pressure, heaviness, or that urge to go to the bathroom. The last exercise we're going to do is some calf raises. So this is to work on our calf strength. I want you to start with double leg, and all you're going to do is keep your knees straight, raising up onto your toes and lowering down for 10. Okay? If this feels too simple, grab some dumbbells, hold the weights just beside you, and then you're going to work on going up onto your toes, adding a little bit of weight. So these 3 exercises, I want you to complete 3 sets of 10 reps of each of them, then pause the video, and then we'll get to our cool down together. All right, after doing a weighted goblet squat, we're gonna add our quad stretch to our cool down. So again, you can do this standing, or if you prefer down on your tummy or your side, either is okay. We're just looking for that nice stretch through the front of the thigh. And I like to hold this for about 30 seconds. Once you've done 30 seconds on each side, we're gonna go into our wall stretch. So we've added load to our strength exercises today. So we wanna unload our pelvic floor, legs up in the wall in the V, and we're going to do our breath work, belly breath, rib breath, back breath, always relaxing that pelvic floor.